So it finally happened. It finally happened, guys. I became important at work. This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. And I mean, like, top 3 worst things that's ever happened to me. So, 2 days ago, we had the retirement party for a coworker of mine who's been working at the company that I work for, I think she said 29 years? It was either 29 or 39. I know that's a big discrepancy. I'm pretty sure it was 29, but, you know, either way, a long amount of time. And, to be honest, you know, they were part of my section of the team. I have there's 2 different sides of my team because one of them works with a different sector and another of them works in another one. And from my team, it's a little bit of a smaller part of the team. There's only 4 of us, but basically she was the most experienced person, and it's a big blow. It's a big blow to our part of the team because she was quite an expert at a lot of things, and you know, she was really good at her job. I mean, she's been there for, again, like multiple decades, so obviously she's had lots of experience. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm happy for her. You know, glad that she's moved on and able to, you know, happily retire. You know, well deserved, honestly, and there's no hate to that. But now all that meant for me, being the newest member of my team, is that I have more of the workload, or at least more of the complex workload, because now that she's gone, someone's got to take it up, right? And what better person to replace a person with 28 years of experience as a person with, 29 years of experience than a person with only 8 months of experience, which is me. But anyways, I'm not like mad at it at all. Like, I don't really care for it. Like, I don't care about having more work or doing that. It's just the point that, like, I understand that now I become kind of, I'm not to the point where I'm new in this role that I'm like completely lost. Like, yes, for her tasks, because I'm still new to her, the task that I'm taking over, like, I still get the kind of the freebie card. But you know, in terms of the other stuff, like, I'm basically an expert at what I've been, like, the tasks that I've been given for the past 8 months, you know, like the main task, the daily tasks that I've been doing. And yeah, I've become important in that aspect, that I am the person who's always in charge of all those things. And now that we've gotten a new person, who's not really new, they're just a person from, like I said, my team is split into 2 parts, and basically a person from the other part of the team, like the other side, is now moving to our team. And they originally started on my side of the team, so it's not actually that big of a, like, you know, it's not completely new for them. But again, to replace someone with that much amount of experience, it's obviously going to be really difficult. But you know what, a person on our team who's been on the other part of the team for quite a long time, and you know, I wouldn't say they have, you know, the same amount of experience as the person that's leaving, but they have, you know, closer than a person who's starting off completely new. So it's actually kind of fine, because you know, at least it's not like we're training someone completely new, someone completely lost. But man, I gotta talk about today because it is the end of April, and for my team, we get really busy at the beginning, ending of the months, and middle of the month as well, but mainly beginning and end. That's usually really bad for us, and it's just due to the nature of my work. And today was pretty bad, especially since this is technically the first time, you know, we've only had us 3 plus the new person, but again, they didn't really do much. But I will say that it was quite the experience. It was obviously a lot more work for me today, and man, it's not the worst. You know, funny enough, it's actually not the worst it's been. December was really bad, but man, oh man, it was pretty bad. This is probably the top 3 worst days in terms of work it was for me. Mainly, again, because since I'm still new at taking over the experienced person's work, another one of my coworkers took that over, and so what was I left with was just the absurdity volume, which normally my other coworker would help me with, but because because they couldn't give it to me because I'm still too new to the task, that I can't really do it my own, and since it's a heavy volume day for all the things, so if I'm doing, you know, the task that I don't even know at an even extremely more difficult version of it, then yeah, it was not going to work out. So they took it over, a person who was a bit more experienced than me, and yeah, I just had to basically do all the normal stuff that I do, but on a, like, you know, a multiplied amount because of the day-to-day, which I've never done fully on my own. I've usually had a bit of help, but today, nope, no help at all on my own. And yeah, pretty absurd, but I was able to get through it. Obviously, I locked in basically since the start of the day. I was just grinding it out. I did get lunch still. I didn't work overtime. It just happens to be the way that my work is. It's like basically if I don't get it done by the end of the day, you know, it's like I have to get it done by the end of the day basically. And I'm not saying that like the work isn't hard to the point where like it's like impossible to do, but it's definitely like you have to just be focused and be diligent with your time. And of course you can't make mistakes, because if you make mistakes then it's just going to carry over, which is not, it's not the end of the world again, but you know, it's just like, damn, it's just more work for you. So, oh, what the heck, how did that not hit? So I was just pretty locked in today, just doing everything. We'll see tomorrow if I made any mistakes. And you know what the best part about all this too is, because like I said, we have the new person. So at one point with all the work that I was doing, I also was training them while doing the work. Like it was pretty fun, like, to be honest, having to like talk them through what I was doing while I was like trying, like when I was realizing that like, oh man, like this is, I have to do so much, and you know, I have to like, you know, kind of slow it down a bit, explain a few things, which again, there's nothing wrong with that. I actually really like our new person too. I'm not saying like there's anything like, you know, nothing against the new person at all. Actually, there's nothing to do with the new person. It's just I'm saying the work and the fact that the timing of it all happened to be all like, because you know, the retirement, everything, you know, the new person's already here, it all had to be today, you know, the busy day, you know, it was just really unfortunate. And obviously it's not just me suffering, you know, it's everyone else, but obviously I can be honest and say that like you know, other parts of the team are definitely a lot slower on well, they don't have as busy days as me or other parts of my team, but I definitely know I don't have it the worst too either. But you know, all of this to say that today was pretty busy and dog water, and I was tired, I was exhausted, and I got myself a nice lunch. Actually, not a nice lunch, I got myself a nice dinner. And I also, another big thing happened with retirement on my team, but another one of my co-op friends, because they were a friend of mine when I was an intern co-op, the first time I was working at this company. They actually were, you know, we're the same age, so we graduated at the same time, but they actually got a contract while I got a full-time, and they actually got a contract extension near the beginning of the year, and so they were able to stay for a couple more months. But today was also their final day, so they had I had the retirement of my team member, and I had my friend, my co-op friend, who I've been working with since I started. We both we're starting our new roles together, and now they're gone, and it was honestly kind of sad. Like I wasn't like, I didn't think it would be that sad, but I was pretty sad after like the final goodbyes and everything. Like I know, obviously, like you know, the job market's pretty tough, but you know, he didn't seem like sad or anything. He was actually pretty happy because he gets to now like relax and play video games. A little jealous of that, but honestly, yeah, it's just sad that I you know, he was the person I'd always have lunch with, and you know, it's sad to see him go. There was a whole group of us, you know, when we were co-ops, maybe like four or five of us, and you know, he was the only one here that I actually, there was two of them, but one of them left as well, like very early on, maybe after a month we both started, and it sucked because it was sad having him leave, and then now it's just me and my co-op friend, just me and him. But then now he's leaving me, so now I'm back to being alone again. And yeah, it was just sad. I honestly wanted to do something, and I feel kind of bad. Maybe I'm just a terrible human being, but I wanted to do something, like maybe buy him lunch or something. But after like I was thinking of doing it like during lunch, but then obviously my day, the way that my day went, like damn, it was really bad. And everyone was even telling me like, dang, you look really tired, Josh. Yes, I am very tired. I was very, very tired. And it sucked so much. But anyways, it was really sad. We said our goodbyes, we had a couple jokes, laughed it off. I'm happy for him. I was glad to even spend all the time that I had with him. And at the end of the day, that's just the cycle. It works. You work, you move on, work again, and then you retire. That's the whole thing. And yeah, when he said the last message in our group chat with me and me and my brother, it was just like, dang. He's like, I'll miss you guys. See y'all later. I'm like, dang, that's really sad. I'm like, I'll see you, brother. See you. Good luck. It's all this sadness. And I became important, and he left. And it's like, dang, what's going on? Like it's just like such a like I don't. Like the way that April's ending, it's just like it really sucks, man. It just really freaking sucks right now. And I guess there's two good things that just happened also today. Like I don't know what happened today, but like everything's happening today. But with his leave, it actually marks a new co-op term for a lot of summer students. So it's the summer term. And we're getting a new co-op on our team who is the co-op for this team that I'm in, from same as the co-op they had last year. But I never met them because again I started after they just finished their co-op, so I would have never met them. And so they're getting the same person again, so that's a new person I could potentially meet, part of the team and stuff. And I don't know yet, but like I said, there was 4 of us in my original co-op friend group when I was a co-op here, and I don't know. I don't know yet if one of them's returning. There's potential for him returning. He hasn't said anything in the chat. Maybe he's making it a surprise, but I guess that would be the only good thing coming out of all this, is that if he actually does come, he will be coming next week. If he does come, then low-key just replaces the person that just left, which is kind of funny. Again, at the same time, I'm still sad that he left, because it would have been so great to have like all 3 of us, have 3 of us together ever since we were all co-ops together. But yeah, unfortunately, he is not here now that he is gone. Now that my other co-op friend is gone. But yeah, we'll have to see. That's like the first part of the good news. Second good news is, for the first time in the 8 months I've been here, a person on my team asked me to a new person on the team asked me to hang out, because I actually did hang out with one of my one of my co-workers on my team during the Blue Jays series. We went to see Blue Jays together. Not like the actual game. It was just like at a bar or whatever. And yeah, I watched it with them. But ever since that, like, I haven't really hung out with any of my other people on my team besides that one person who I've hung out with. And yeah, for the first time, someone actually asked me to hang out with them after work. And it was just like a very spontaneous thing, like genuinely the most random thing. I was literally about to leave work after my sad day, and they're like, "Hey Josh, like, have you ever watched the Michael movie?" Because funny enough, I'm actually kind of like the movie person in my my team, and not even my team, like that's kind of like the person I've become in the office. To kind of like segue a bit, like to not segue, but like I'm a little sidetracked, to get a little sidetracked. My new favorite person at the office, like my entire okay, I just killed myself. My entire favorite person at work is actually this guy who really enjoys movies, and we started bonding over the Oscars when that was happening, and that's when we started talking about movies a lot, because he overheard me talking about the Oscars with the Blue Jays friend, the one that I was talking about. Sorry, the Blue Jays coworker. I mean, their friend, yeah, sure, the Blue Jays friend, Blue Jays coworker. because I was talking to them about movies, and then we started talking about movies because you know, people watch movies. You know, I think that like movies is like kind of like a mainstream, like I wouldn't say hobby, like just like an easygoing, because people love to watch, you know, things in like mainstream movies in theater. You know, like if you're talking about Dune or Marvel or whatever, you know, like you can talk about these things, and I feel like maybe 80% of people would know what you're talking about. You know, like even if they're not like an avid movie watcher, you know, you would know Marvel. You know Avengers, you know Dune, you know whatever, like you know whatever's coming out, Mario movie, like you know all the stuff that's coming out. But you know, with him, you know, we're starting talking about Oscar movies, all the Oscar nominations, and he literally became my favorite person because every time I'd be in office, he'd be asking me about movies and stuff. He actually even watched a one of my favorite movies. Actually, my favorite movie this year, because of me, is Project Hail Mary. Because of me, he was asking me like, "Oh, Josh, by the way, like you like randomly came up to me in the morning, and it's like, have you watched any good movies recently?" And I told him about like, "Oh man, I just watched Project Hail Mary. I was talking about how good it was, blah blah blah. I read the book, and then he watched the movie because of me, and he's like, "Wow, Josh, I really liked that movie. It was really great." And we started talking about it. I'm like, "Yeah," and yeah, he's my favorite coworker, and it's really funny because actually, I tried getting into a conversation with him about a movie called The Drama, but I didn't watch it yet, and I got so sad because I was like, dang it, I didn't watch it yet. I couldn't converse with him, and now he's on vacation, so you know, I never got to talk to him about it. But you know, maybe when he comes back, we can have a nice conversation about it. But yeah, he's just so fun to talk to, and I just feel like myself when I talk to him. And yeah, he's my favorite. He's my new favorite coworker, and he's actually not on my team. He's just a person who works nearby, like, you know, I actually sit next to a different team, not like, because we're in cubicles. We're not like desks next to each other, but it's just like just happens to be that the team next to me on the other side of the cubicle, you know, like is the other team, and then sometimes I talk to the person beside me, but he's not the person that sits beside me, by the way. Another person sits beside me, and actually she's pretty funny, because like I like her a lot because for some reason she always likes to fall asleep, but like she falls asleep in the most like interesting way. Like she falls asleep like sitting down. Like she will just be like doing a task, and then her eyes will just start to close, and then she'll like fade in and out of consciousness, and I just think that's just like hilarious. So shout out her. That's the person that actually sits beside me. But to the guy who likes movies with a movie friend, he is quite a bit far from me, but he's still pretty close. Like it's just like, you know, I turn around and I can like hoot and holler at him from like across the room, across the aisle, the column, the row, sure. But anyways, all this to say, to go back to my original point, that I'm kind of the movie person in the office right now. If, you know, I've talked to like at least 5 different people in the office, like about movies, and it's so funny because like sometimes I'd just be having the same conversation over and over again about the same movie, like, you know, like, oh, what'd you think about Project Hail Mary, or what'd you think about I don't know, I can't think of a movie right now, but let's just say like the Devil Wears Prada 2, because that's coming out. I'd love to watch that movie, or the Michael Jackson movie, which is what I want to bring to you, because they asked me to watch the Michael Jackson movie with them. They were like, do you want to watch Michael? And I'm like, oh, sure. And we didn't pick a date, but I was like, what day you want to go? Like, any day. I'm like, oh, sure, I'll do it. We can do any day. Let's just talk about it tomorrow. So I'll probably talk to them about it tomorrow. And it's really nice of them to, you know, want to watch a movie with me, which I really appreciate. You know, that's honestly a huge W. That's like the best thing that anyone has ever asked me at work. They asked me to watch a movie with them. And then another one of a person from, again, not my team, but from another team, asked me to have lunch with them sometime, because they were like, dude, we haven't had lunch together. And I'm like, you're right. Let's have lunch sometime. So now I have another lunch thing. Again, I've never had lunch with this person. I've never watched a movie with that other person. So like these things just came up like this week, and you know, with the retirement, with my friend my co-op friend leaving, it's just like there's so much going on, and I'm a bit overwhelmed this week, and it's just, yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. But now that it's the end of April, I guess, you know, I kind of want to bring up another thing, which is that my May is about to be really, really hectic. because I'm going to the Bruno Mars concert happening next week, and after that, okay, let's just start it off. The first week of May is going to be pretty interesting because again, it's going to be our first week without the person retiring, and we're going to have new co-op, and I'm hoping that my co-op friend comes back, and then I get to sit with him during lunch, or else I'm going to be sitting forever alone. I'm going to have probably those 2 hangouts, the one lunch and maybe the Michael movie, so that's going to be very interesting. And yeah, that's the first week actually. And then on the weekend, that weekend, I'm pretty sure that's the same weekend that I'm going to watch the concert, the Bruno Mars concert. So then that's pretty big for me. And then the following week is going to be my final week, because mid-May I'm going to go to Europe. But before Europe, the biggest things that are happening are Mother's Day, and it's my Lola's birthday. She's turning 90, oh god, 90 something, 93. So, you know, birthday, Mother's Day, Europe trip, and then the Europe trip is gonna take me all the way to the end of June. And also with all that happening, another one of my friends from America is coming to visit Canada, but unfortunately I won't be able to see him. Because I will be in Europe. But, you know, like, lots of things happening in May, and I just wanted to point that out because for some reason, May is very, very hectic for me, which probably means one thing, and that means my upload schedule is going to be even worse because I won't have time to upload videos. But you know what? If I do end up uploading videos, it'll actually be good content. It'll be good content because, well, again, I'm doing all these things, so one of the things that I'm talking about right now has to be uploaded, whether it be the Europe trip or the Bruno Mars concert or freaking maybe the Michael movie. Like, I don't know, man. One of these things, I promise you, will be uploaded. But I'm just telling you now, to everyone out there who watches my videos, shout out to the 2 people that watch my videos every day. This one's for you. You know, this comment, this update is for you. You know, and yeah, it's gonna be a pretty hectic May for me. I just ran into that, and this video is already gone long enough. So, yeah, I just want to say it's been really bad for me these past couple of weeks in terms of work. I've been really stressed. I've been everything really, it's just been horrible for me, and I want to break so bad. I'm just trying to make it to May, and then by the time I make it to May, that just basically means I made it to June. So I'm just trying to make it to June. Oh, and in June, I'm going to see the Strokes. So, and Joji. I'm going to see the Strokes and Joji. So, you know, lots to look forward to in the upcoming months. But yeah, I'm just saying, man, April, it's a tough month. I don't know how I got through it. But, man, I made it, I guess, man. The more that I say it out loud, the more that I'm, like, happy it's over. So, anyways, I hope everyone's having a great last day of April. Hope you all have a good one in May. All the best, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.